So then my boss says,
One is your boss. Okay, here we are. We're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Biscuit Tin RPG. We're finally playing Red Opera again. I know that last week we had to take a week off because we had two players out, and we're hitting a really good spot here. And I didn't want to, have too many people miss out. Unfortunately, Rosina will not be joining us this evening. She's have some personal stuff going on. And as you can tell, whenever someone is gone, I tailor a specific message for their little person box that kind of says. So, since she's normally the yeeter of other people, this session she has in fact been yeeted. So, that is all the explanation you're going to get on that, and all I care to talk about. So, other than that, I just created a new Warlock subclass because apparently that's what I do now when I'm not making other more interesting things. If you want to go check out the Ko-Fi, it's pay what you want, so you can pay nothing and get it for free. It's called the Warlock subclass, The Child. It's all built around imagination, dreams, and what would it be like to have a childlike entity as your patron? All inspired by one of the most terrifying images I've ever seen online. So go check that out. I also edited that image so it looks even creepier. So have fun with that. Obviously, head to Drive Through RPG and pick up a copy of the book Compendium of the Absurd. I literally had to look at it because I haven't looked at this in like all week. I've been so busy. So yeah, that's in physical form. Other than that, uh, Alias, you want to give a shout out to your folks? I know they're off tonight, but you know.
yes, indeed, I would like to give a shout out to Lawful Stupid RPG, purveyors of fine games on semi regular schedules. Sometimes they have Ghosts of Saltmarsh, sometimes they have Descended to Avernus, sometimes they have Rime of the Frost Maiden, sometimes they have Dark Sun. Yes, lo, that long ago world of hell from second edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. The schedule's kind of weird right now, but we're also working on something which has been leaked into the press. And at a Voyage LA magazine, we are partnered with Lindsay Russo, the voice of Elita One on Netflix Transformers cartoon. Animated series. Are we allowed to call it a cartoon anyway? We're making a podcast for Dragonlance. It's going to be super cool. The founder of Lawful Stupid has been talking to Margaret Weiss a little bit here and there, one of the original authors of Dragonlance, and hopefully it'll have more than one viewer or download or whatever podcasts measure. But really happy to talk about that stuff and more. Go check out lawfulstupidrpg.com or youtube.com or places that do lawful stupid RPG. It's great. Cracking dice, yay.
Quill.
Hi, hello. I am Quill Inquo. I'm a D&D editor and part-time OKDM, as you can see by our last session last week. I do have a slot open on Sundays, so if you want a one-shot or a campaign as stupid as that one was, hit me up on Twitter. I'm literally Quill Inquo on there. So, yep. And you can find my Ko-Fi somewhere if you feel generous. But yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I also you can head directly over to Quill's link right at the I just threw the link in there editorquill.wordpress.com. So if Quill's actually updated his Ko-Fi on there, you can find it through there as well. With that being said, Quill, best of luck. Alias, a hearty screw you with how successful you guys are versus whatever the hell it is we're doing over here. And without further, no, seriously, you guys are doing awesome, and I'm actually supposed to be supportive, and I am. I just like to give you particularly a hard time. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and hop into
Okay.
the session recap from, was it 3 weeks ago now? It's been a while. So last session, session 17, titled "The Party Goes Plop." That was so dumb. Like I couldn't think of anything better. I'm sorry. Our last game began as the party requested help from one called Alios, a cleric of the Mask, or cleric of Mask, with finding a way of getting inside Cathrock unseen. After a brief conversation about the price, each member other than Essential agreed to pay 50% of their current gold and take the way presented to them in stealth as an appeasement to Mask. Essential left the party standing in the tent to figure out what options they had. Aelios sent the thief they had caught with them to help them navigate the second bridge using the stretch, and told them once they got to the Black Span, they would need to look for the leader of the Assassin's Guild to use the hidden pathway. Avoiding detection all the while through. Oh, all the while through. I really need to use punctuation. Through clever use of magic or simple obfuscation, they managed to make it get past the first stretch, a dilapidated bridge connecting Patron's Pass to the Stone Leg. Making their way carefully across, everything seemed to be going smoothly until Invar slipped and fell off the bridge, finding himself in the Obsidian Rush. Attempting to give himself enough clearance to unfurl his wings and fly back to the party, he was sucked into the domain of the Lurker. The Lurker, being particularly pleased with his catch, offered Invar's a pact or a game. Or a pact if he lost the game. Rather than be stuck in this void until death, Invars played the game and won. Although not happy, the Lurker let him go and soon found himself in the same spot he was a few minutes ago. Another attempt at flight, this time successful, he found himself on the bridge just in time to avoid more sky rocks, along with everyone else. The rest of the way to the Stone Leg was particularly uneventful. As they stepped onto the bridge, fate stopped them to let them know that before they attempted to the next leg of the journey, they would need to speak with Snow and get permission, lest they make themselves a target on three fronts. The party split between annoyance and acquiescence, agreed that, and began looking for this elusive elusive Snow of the Rangers Guild. After a few minutes, a fight broke out between Legionnaire and an accursed guard, at each other's throats, trading blows. The party decided not to interfere. Not long after it started, it was ended as four white-cloaked individuals appeared out of nearby tents and almost immediately put down both parties and began carrying them to their respective sides of the bridge. As one of the groups passed the party, Icarus spoke up and asked if they might help them find Snow. One of the rangers, a drow female, signaled her companion to continue and guided them over to a large tent. Assuring them that Snow would be with them shortly, the party would wait another 5 minutes before Snow, a long-lived forest elf, walked in to greet them with a cold demeanor and suspicious eyes. The party explained that God damn it, I gotta stop looking over there. Explained that they wished to cross the stretch to the Black Span, where they were offered two choices. Pay 75% of what gold they were carrying, which Snow was somehow able to guess at, or carry some cargo from this bridge over to the Black Span. The party weighed their options and ultimately elected to take the cargo across for her. With that, she gave her blessing and bid them on their way. They made their way to the second of the stretches and found this one to be in much better shape than the previous bridge. No doubt a product of use and requirement for the smuggling to continue. Using cunning, invisibility, and careful steps, they started to make their way across the stretch. After a few mishaps, they were about halfway across when disaster struck. A combination of being invisible and carrying an unusually large crate took its toll, as everyone other than Fate, and fortunately the crate itself, fell through the gaps in the bridge. Fate, only being able to see Icarus, managed to grab his arm and pull him back up. Invars made it back to the bridge, while Rosina and Grimeyes found themselves face to face with the Lurker. Playing games and attempting to make deals, they came out on top, with Rosina now owing more favors to this Lurker than before and gaining a peculiar bangle. After an exhausting trek across the final stretch, they made their way to the other side, where a halfling with a scar. Why did I put scare? With a scar on his face was waiting for them. He promptly grumbles thank you and then proceeds to drag behind him the crate that the party had used two people to lift. While the sight may have been odd, what grabbed their attention was the beginning of the assault. Again, it looks like LaCroix was done waiting. Legionnaires began dropping their disguises, and open warfare, it would seem, has begun anew as the party now searches for the elusive leader of the Assassin's Guild. And that is where we pick up. As you're
I
all
found him.
as you're all there, I need you, everyone but Essential, to make perception checks.
Perception.
Oh, I got a 7.
11. Not as bad as usual.
All right.
I'll be honest, I probably should have actually updated my character sheet. I was on my character choices and I never actually opened it.
Jeez.
Perception. Okay, no, I don't have it. Oh yeah, 15.
Okay.
I had to double check.
So we got
if
15,
I had,
11, and then
Pliable talent.
Invars, you had what?
7.
7. Weird, it didn't show up on here. It must have popped up somewhere else.
It's in roll 20.
Oh, that's why. Cool. Um,
Because of course it is.
Icarus
I mean,
and Grim
I'm in
Eyes-
roll 20, and Quill is in roll 20, and I see Grim Eyes in roll 20.
Yeah, I just pulled into roll 20.
I'm
This
not
is
in
the
roll
M in roll
20.
20.
Why would I be in
Certainly
roll
20 in
20?
roll
It's not
20.
my
I
job.
don't know.
All right. Icarus and Grim Eyes, you look around, and as you look back at Rosina, she immediately poofs out of existence. She's gone.
Oh God, not again.
Seriously?
At the exact same time, you all notice coming from the yonder side of the bridge, Essential has begun running towards you all. Seemingly, he wasn't with you, obviously, so him popping back up is maybe fortuitous. There you go. What are you gonna do?
I see him running towards us, and I say, "Oh God, not again!"
Grim Eyes is shaking a fist at the sky in the general direction of his patron because he assumes that's where Rosina has been taken.
I'm starting to wonder if they're secretly the same person. Have we ever seen them at the same? Oh, we have. Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
I always thought the same thing.
If I remember right, Rosina almost took his head off one time. Anyway,
So, Essential is running madly. He's like wantonly
Good choice of
Spinning his-
word.
his great axe, just yelling, "Whoa!"
DM, can I
LaCroix,
tell if
I'll
he is
show you.
if he is wooing in a happy way, in a violenting way? Can I determine in what way is the woo?
Roll an
I'll save you
insight
the
an
check.
trouble.
insight
It's a
to-
bit of both. I'll save you the trouble.
Okay, it's a bit of both.
16 insight.
Definitely a bit of both.
Yeah, definitely a bit of both. He
Bit of
is
both.
not normal, and you know this.
I mean, that's just essential knowledge.
Damn it.
is any of us in this party normal?
Yeah.
Does it matter?
I'm normal. I'm
No.
normal.
I'm
Wait,
pretty
You're like
essential.
planning the end of the world,
I'm not planning it. I'm
He's
assisting
enacting it,
encouraging it.
guiding
giving
it.
it positive reinforcement.
Yeah,
Ah,
he's Master Roshi making Goku the time bomb.
Okay, so we're in the middle of a battle.
Yep, you see fighting happening all around you. And Essential has now run up to you all.
Ah, let's do this because there's a battle going.
do you take the long way around or?
As he's like sort of like 2 steps away from it. Yeah, pretty much.
I'm not surprised. Anyway,
Hmm.
we were supposed to find the assassins, right?
Was it
Yeah.
halfling? Is it that halfling up there, the chest?
No, that's somebody
I want-
different.
I want that chest. Damn.
Well, now that we have made it to this side of the bridge, our obligation towards that chest has ended.
Yes,
What?
we don't care about it anymore.
That's one way of looking at it. Perhaps we should find the assassin. What
Mhm.
does the assassin look like again?
Fate is looking around as all the people are fighting. The retinue of legionnaires. There were some that were trailing behind Essential and have begun really running interference. It seems like, and they're kind of distracting all of the accursed guard that are currently on the bridge.
Ah,
As
yes.
as this is happening, Fate goes, well, I don't know who the leader of the Assassins Guild is, but I know that there's a tenuous relationship between them and the Sorcerers Guild, um, and I know about where Ulka is. He's the leader of the sorcerers. He might be able to point us in the right direction if we were to look for him, but he's kind of a pain in the ass to deal with. So it's up to you all. We can look, but it's going to be difficult trying to find them, seeing as how their entire livelihood relies on stealth and not being found.
Okay. Well, first we need to go
It's part of that
unseen. Let me-
Alios guide. You find Alios, right?
Well, we kind of found him because we caught the the thief that was stealing from you all.
Right,
So
right.
the time
I
for
don't-
stealth
I
is
remember-
over.
I remember. Yeah, the time for stealth is over, but so we don't know where this head of the Assassin's Guild is.
No, we don't know exactly where the Assassin's Guild is.
Well, first, let's make sure that we are not seen and that we don't get, targeted. I'm gonna use one of my pack slots to cast Major Image centered on us, and it's just basically gonna be like what's behind us. It's just
So you're gonna slowly look behind you and try to mirror what's behind you, right?
it's just a more intensive version of invisibility. Yes.
Okay.
So
I will have you roll performance.
okay, I always have advantage on performance. So
And while that's happening, DM, I do put my chainmail armor back on, pull it out of my pack, put it on. Yay.
20.
All right, dirty 20. That works for me. So she goes, "Well, which do you want to do?" Fate looks at each one of you expecting an answer. She's not going to make choices for you.
Okay, so tenuous relationship to the Sorcerers Guild. That's probably our best bet to at least start. Maybe we'll get lucky and one of them will find us, but that's a lead. So let's just do that. Unless anyone else has any ideas or thief knowledge.
Grim Eyes is going to start looking around for any visible marks of Thieves' Cant.
Okay. Roll perception.
19.
Okay. You see markings that seem familiar. It looks like there's a lot of thieves, or at least some that have set up in the area, but nothing really giving any definitive direction as to where something may be. Most of it is marked as protected, and do not touch or danger. This person's crazy. Similar things like that.
I'm going to keep a memory of the danger this person is crazy for later.
Okay. I want you. I'm not even gonna make you roll for it, but that is written on the side of a stall that you're all too familiar with.
I figured it was probably this kid.
So there's other markings as well. Simply just says protected. Do not bother. Stuff like that.
Okay.
But like I said, nothing leading you in a general direction. So as you're looking around, Fate goes, okay, so the one thing that you have to be kind of prepared for is that this bridge right here is usually much more aligned with Dorian in general, the Accursed King. So we could be walking into a problem with Olka. I mean, there's a chance that he's already picked a side and it's not necessarily ours. So in the event that we do have to try to barter or make a deal with him, words alone are not going to be useful. So just make sure you're aware of that. We can go find him, but it's not going to be an easy sell.
Well, perhaps we can reason together, but I take your point. Well, let's get going. I can only hold this major image for so long, so about 10 minutes.
Okay.
So let's get moving.
Everyone go ahead and make perception checks. Essential, you can make a normal one. Everyone else has to make it at disadvantage.
I don't think I could get worse than this.
I got an 8.
I got worse than that. 13.
That's what I got a 5.
Sweet. Thank goodness I was rolling too. All right. So, you see Fate looking around. You were all completely oblivious, just being like, there's a lot of fighting going on. All right, whatever. Fate motions you all like, you're kind of ducking in and behind tents to kind of avoid direct contact with the big fighting that's going on, and it's a little bit easier for you all because of the Legionnaires running interference for you. She eventually leads you to a big giant tent. It's a gray, can't think of the word, canvas. A gray canvas tent, and standing out front are 2 robed figures. And Fate walks up and kind of whispers something to them. They nod their head, and they let you walk in. They motion you all in. And Fate obviously does the whole, come on, let's go. Let's get inside.
Okay. And I'm going to let the image drop at this point because it would be rude to try and be invisible inside of their place.
All right. So as you enter, you see that this is that you see a lot of different things similar to what the alchemist's hut was like, except a lot more extensive. You see a teleportation circle for those of you that are familiar with that type of magic. Off in one corner, you see there are vials and bubbling potents and potions on one end, and then there's arcane writings and a bunch of different books. All like along some shelves and bookcases and stuff like that. And as you walk in, the first thing that greets you is a battle scarred ancient gray orc holding a gnarled wooden staff and coughing. Everyone that chooses to, I'm not going to make you roll it. It's pretty noticeable. When he's got a handkerchief in his hand, when he pulls it away, there's blood in it. So he's obviously coughing up blood. This is an old dude. And
I'm not doing anything to help.
as you walk in, he looks at you all, and then he looks at Fate, and he goes, "What brings you into my domain?"
Oh, right. I'm the spokesperson. Yes, greetings. We are looking, I'm just going to be honest, we're looking for the Assassin's Guild so we can find a way to maybe end this rather annoying conflict that we've got that's going on outside. We were hoping you could point us in the right direction.
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Okay. Oh man, I'm blind. Oh, there we go. Wow. And I already used my glibness, so I can't replace that. It's an 8.
Fuck. All right. Well, normally I'd be like, that's fucking terrible, but I also rolled terribly. What's in it for me? Because I don't honestly care about this stupid fight. It'll end like all of the others have ended. One side gets a little bit more powerful.
What's board? What are you looking for?
I have a lot of things.
Mhm.
Surprise me.
Surprise you.
Make it worth my time.
I'm not as petty as to accept kill marks. I can go fetch you things you want me to steal? I guess I can do that. Name it.
Hmm,
As long as we cross this bridge.
um, sir, I do have this.
He was coughing as you were talking to
Oh
him.
yeah, I do have this superior healing potion that I found. Can't remember if I purchased it or found it on the alchemist, but I have the superior healing potion. Would that help with your condition?
No. This is magic in nature.
Magic? I could cast remove curse on you if that would help.
Nothing you
I
can do
imagine.
can fix this. I've made a
Your
lot of
contract is
decisions.
decisions. What kind of decisions?
Things that you wouldn't understand grabbing at power, Warlock.
Trying to figure out if I have anything that would
I have a couple things, but I'm not sure if they're going to be of use to them.
kind of traded away a lot of my magic items lately.
Grimeyes will offer the hourglass pendant or the periaptive wound closure that he has.
He looks at him and he goes, very unique items, those. By themselves, not particularly useful. But, you give me both of them, and I'll point you in the right direction. And I won't tell the guards you're here.
All right.
We
Yeah.
have a deal.
We have a deal.
Right? He motions for you to put them on the table. He's not going to risk touching any of you or getting close.
That's fair. And
Fair enough.
Grimeyes will do so.
Okay. As you lay them down, a seemingly invisible hand picks them up and puts them back on a shelf behind him. He snaps his fingers twice, and you see out of the teleportation circle in the back corner comes a what appears to be a skeleton. It's it looks like a standard skeleton, and it walks up and it rattles its little teeth. It's like, follow me. I'll take you. The master says to where you need to go. Go.
Okay.
Alrighty. And Grimeyes is also going to put on his other remnant ring.
Okay. Fate looks utterly disturbed by this creature as it comes shuddering and clankily walking past you all and walks out the front door. Follow me. And
Well,
there you go.
well, at least he only has one head. He mutters to himself.
All right. So I'm assuming you're all following old Skelly Bones here.
Yep.
All right. So the skeleton, seemingly knowing its way around this bridge, guides you through quick little passages here and there. Before you know it, about 10 minutes have passed, and you've managed to circumvent all of the massive fighting that's been going out on the bridge. Amazingly so. You're finding paths that even you, Grimeyes, as someone who frequented Biscuit's tent and kind of spent time over here, you didn't even know they were there. It was just until you were in them, you couldn't see them. So the skeleton's just clankily walking with his bones rattling and shaking. Walks over to to the edge of the bridge, on the kind of the far end. So there's the center of the bridge. You guys went to the kind of closer to the left, and now you're farther on the right side, closer to the Cathrock side. You're still about 100 yards or so from the far end of the bridge where the checkpoint is. Obviously, they're distracted with the fighting and making sure no one's trying to sneak by. And there's you see a halfling that you saw previously, one with a scarred face, sitting on a box, just watching people come and go, watching the fight to see how it progresses. And the skeleton walks up and says, "They were guided here. I gotta go." And it collapses into bones, turns into dust, and disappears. And
Economical magical.
the halfling looks over at you all and says, "Business or pleasure?"
Business. We're here to see the Assassin's Guild for some guidance through hidden paths to where we need to go.
You're obviously not used to the colloquialisms we use. Saying that sort of stuff out loud is liable to get you stabbed in the back. So, future reference, we're called troubleshooters.
Oh, gotcha. Solving problems by removing the problem.
Exactly. So, let me go get my boss. Wait here. Don't do anything stupid. Otherwise, it will end pretty quickly. Got about... his eyes dart around as he's looking around you. He goes, about 5 or 6 folks trained on you. So, keep cool.
Keep turning purple.
I think
I just point over at Essential and say, "Watch him first."
he moves the box out of the way and climbs down into the bridge itself, and the box goes right over the top of it. And you're up there for about like 2, maybe 3 minutes before the box moves again, and the halfling's hand sticks out the top and waves you in, and gives a short whistle, and snaps his fingers, and then motions you inside, as if giving a signal out so that everyone around knows not to immediately blast the ever-living hell out of you.
I think that's our cue. And I just head down.
All right.
Grim Eyes will go last.
Essential will go.
To be honest, I thought Grim Eyes was just gonna sit on the on top of the box.
So Essential's pushing Grim Eyes because he wants to be last.
Nope. Mm-mm.
He's gonna pick up Grim Eyes and hold him out in front.
Grim Eyes is not willing.
Okay, he's unwilling, DM.
Okay, well, we're not going to play this contest, so he just manages to avoid every time you try to grab him. So it's a fun little game you're playing.
Yeah.
Fun little game that was okay. It's not gonna turn out though. Okay, I will reserve. Essential will reserve kicking Grim Eyes down the stairs.
So it's a ladder. So you climb down, and when you climb down the
Reserve kicking
ladder,
him down the ladder.
yes, I don't know how you were holding him in front of you while climbing down a ladder, but I wasn't going to ask questions.
I have a tail. I'm a tailed tiefling.
Okay, cool.
Honestly, the reason Grim Eyes wanted to go last is he wanted to see how the box latched into place.
As you all are going down, the halfling motions you down a narrow hallway. You realize now that this hideout is actually attached to the very underside of the bridge itself. Something that you wouldn't normally see. And you look around and you can kind of see like there's like little slits where you can see through, and you can see the mountains far out beyond where the fabled Well of Souls is, out to the dark sea. and then on the other side you can kind of see the little bits and pieces of the raining rock and fire as it passes down into the obsidian rush below. Um, and you look out the windows, you don't see anything else attached to the bottom of it except for one kind of off into the distance, just a little small attachment. You don't know what it is. It's just a weird thing that's hanging out down there. And as you all come down, the halfling goes back up the ladder, and you hear a shh as the box locks back into place. So he motioned you down a hallway. I assume you're all walking down that direction. Okay.
Yep.
As you're walking down there, the hallway doesn't get narrower. It gets a tad bit wider, and then it opens into what looks to be a large foyer. Inside, you see various races of all types, humans, kobolds, halflings, elves, everything, all dressed in varying degrees of garb. As you know, the life of the assassin can take on many forms, and disguise is key. However, the first thing you see when you walk into the foyer is you are greeted by a small gnomish woman. She introduces herself as Mingani Lilt. She says, "It's a pleasure to meet you all. I hear you have business with us."
That is correct, good madam. We're hoping for some guidance through I'm sorry. It mentioned that you have some passages that might help us get to see Majin, the betrayer, and see if we can solve this problem that's consuming all of the city upstairs.
Like right as you say Majin, Fate elbows you in the side.
We are looking to see a very particular person.
Show her the mark.
Which one of us had the mark? I'm gonna assume I have the mark. I show them the mark.
She takes it from your hand and says, "Oh, he sent you. All right. If he sent you and he gave you this mark, obviously he trusts you, and that's enough for me. I will show you the way in, and this is your one free pass. Anytime future, it's going to cost you. And if anyone else finds out that we don't know, it will cost you." And she begins walking down towards the back of the room. The hell? My bad. I don't know how stuff works. Anyway, she motions you to follow her and walks to the back of the room. And she puts her hand on a wall, a seemingly empty wall. And you hear a slight click. And a large bit of the stonework begins to pull out just slightly and move off to the right, opening into the what appears to be honestly the outside. And she looks at you and says, "The way is dangerous. Don't fall."
If I may, can I ask about the payment for other passage so I can prepare appropriately next if we have to?
It depends on our needs. It may be rendered services. It may be favors. Of course, we could just take favors and make you render services. Although our favors are not cheap.
Fair enough.
Gold
Fair
works
enough.
just as well, but it's an exorbitant amount, obviously, with it not being worth as much in this area of the world.
Well, knowledge is power, and that knowledge will keep us from doing the wrong things. I thank you.
Of course.
And I guess I'm going out into the passage, trying not to fall.
So as you walk out, you realize that it is a terrifyingly narrow, hidden causeway built into the northern side of the bridge. It's literally enough for about your feet and about 3 more inches from literally just falling off into a ravine of sorts. It's obviously still part of the Obsidian Rush. Getting back up here would be very difficult if you made it after the fall itself. There's no way of knowing how deep the rush is here, but you do see that it empties out into the Black Sea much further on. This is probably farther north than most of you have been, outside of being on top of the bridge, but the view from here is both awe-inspiring and absolutely dreadful, knowing the implications of falling off at this point. As you are making your way, shimmying across, you hear the sounds of battle and the raining rocks kind of fading behind you. Fate, obviously reiterating how urgent it is that you meet Majin. As you're out there, I need all of you to make a perception check.
With me being a small-sized creature, do I have a little bit more space
Yes.
on this causeway?
Mhm.
All right.
Come
Roll
on.
the 6.
13.
22.
17.
Cool. So you all get it. So as you're there and you're hearing the battle fade behind you, you all look slightly up and towards the city of Cathrock, and you see in the sky the accursed king, or at least what you assume is the accursed king, flying across the battlefield and looking at the battle going on below him, and he passes over you. This very imposing dark figure. Strangely, flying for one thing. No wings, nothing like that. Just a very large, looming shadow of a figure floating through the sky towards the battle that is raging below, or above you in this case.
Hmm.
How
That's not
fast is he
good.
traveling?
It's kind of like a slow meander. Obviously, he doesn't see you at all. You're in kind of a weird place that it'd be difficult for him to see, but he's obviously more focused on the fighting. So
Is he within, say, 120 feet?
he is not.
Whatever it was you were thinking, stop thinking it right
I
the
mean,
fuck
I
now.
mean, if I said yes and someone did something, I would let it play out. I don't care, but I'm trying to save you all right now. You are all just the worst. All right.
I'm the one with survival.
You should have seen this guy last week. I'm telling you. Talk
Okay,
about the worst. There was this little. Anyway.
Okay, let me see this real quick. Now we
What
get
was
to
his
start something
name?
fun.
Biskoff?
Mr.
That's his evil
Biscoffy.
twin. Biskoff.
Biscoff. Where the hell is it?
Some good
oh,
stuff,
here it
by
is.
the way.
Here we go. We're going to go ahead and throw up some lovely tunes for you all. As you are now crossing the bridge, you're underneath. I'm not going to make you make any checks. It's big enough for you all to make it, but it's more of a... It's a lot. You end up making it to the other side of the bridge. It goes back into a crevice in the side, and then you end up coming out of what appears to be a sewer grate about 300 yards on the other side of Jan Koth. You are now inside the city. Fate leaves the sewer grate first, and motions you all to come up and kind of pulls you off into the side, a side alley, and says, "Hey, I need you all to remain hidden. I have to go to the meeting point. He's only expecting me, and I need to make sure that he knows you're coming. So I need you all to wait here, and I will be back once I've let him know that there will be others."
Fair enough.
And she quickly, following the edges of buildings and staying to the shadows, disappears into an alley about 50 yards away. So what are you all going to do while you're waiting?
I'm just gonna let me check. I'm going to use my Mask of Many Faces invocation and just disguise myself again. Just trying to make it at least a little harder for them to immediately notice us.
All right.
DM, do you know how long this is going to take?
Um,
No.
yeah. So, just for your all out of game meta knowledge, it's gonna take about a half hour.
Perfect.
Would that be long enough for Grim Eyes to attune to his other remnant ring?
I will say that because I'm a very generous and kind DM, yes, it is enough for a short rest.
Cool.
Cool.
Because I
Wow.
also needed that.
Essential is going to go ahead and he's going to conjure. He's going to cast Find Steed. So for the next 10 minutes, I'm going to try to summon a spirit and form a bond with it and make it into my steed. Is it cool if it is a giant lizard?
I don't care what you want it to be. That's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just gonna take a short rest. Confirm.
While you're doing your short rest, I will have you all make perception checks.
What was?
Refresh. Beyond.
Did it not roll my?
Perception, you said?
Yep.
Yeah.
Perceptione.
29.
I don't even know why I asked you, Grim Eyes.
22 for
Ten.
essential.
10.
All right. So, as you're all here, there's a you all notice that not far away, maybe like half a block or so, just down the street, kind of hidden in the shadows, there is actually a shop that is open. So, if you wish to go investigate or possibly resupply on anything, that is an
What
option.
kind of shop is it?
It's got the name written above it. It appears to be open. It's Esme's Apothecary.
Let's go in.
Essential's good. He's going to just continue to summon his giant lizard.
All right.
I guess I'll go in with Invar's. You said you were going in. Yeah,
Yes.
we should maybe do the buddy system or whatever.
Grim Eyes is going to stay outside with Essential.
All right, cool. Buddy system. Well done. Well done. All right. So we'll go ahead. Grim Eyes, you're obviously going to be doing a tuning and taking a short rest. Essential, you're trying to bond with your steed. Are there any rolls associated with that, or is it just part of the spell? Cool. All right, that's less for me to worry about. Invars and Icarus, you open the door and a very pretty commonplace ta-ting ta-ting as you walk in and a bell rings announcing your arrival. You see a craggy old human witch looking female behind the table or desk, as it were, with her fingers just crinkled, and she looks up as she hears you and says, "Ah, visitors. What can I get you?"
Day, madam. May I ask what you sell here?
Oh, a little of this, a little of that. We have potions, potents, poisons. We have items.
I mean, I'm curious, what magic items is she talking about, or is it just like, I don't know.
Well, you better ask her, because I can't tell you.
What items would you be referring to, madam?
Oh, I have fine jewelry. I have earrings. I have baubles. I have this snow globe. New. I think it might be cursed. I don't know if you'd want that. I've got these ancient-looking coins. I've got these food stuffs. I have all sorts of things. This lovely apple.
Take the apple.
Did someone say something?
I think Essential's just being a dick. It just said take the apple.
Oh. I wish I had a way to identify this snow globe because you piqued my interest, but I'm not. I'm not going to carry anything fragile. I don't really need anything right now. Inverse, anything you're interested in?
Is there's nothing specific that I'm looking for, DM. Are there any really interesting looking objects? Really interesting.
So, out of the things that she's mentioned, the snow globe really seems kind of unimportant. I think it looked like, just from a basic insight of you looking at it, it just seems like she was trying to pique your interest with saying this thing's probably cursed. But there's a couple things. There's some coins that look really interesting. Things that you in all of your travels you've never seen coins that look quite like these. And the apple uh, sitting by itself seems out of place.
Can I insight check to see if she's telling the truth about the curse?
Yes, you can. Go ahead and roll insight.
25.
She was lying about the curse. She doesn't know.
Gosh. I was trying to.
All right, I'll bite, metaphorically speaking.
What can you tell us?
How much is
about
she asking
this?
for the apple?
The apple? Well, it's just food. So, a silver?
How did you come to acquire this?
Oh,
Apple.
somebody brought it in. Cloaked fella, looking all shady like most of them do over here.
That's a fair point. Oh, well, I mean, a silver really isn't much. Yeah, I'll pay a silver and I'll like stick it in a separate pocket
Oh.
away from everything.
You might be interested in this too. She turns around and she grabs what appears to be a dagger. It's very at first glance, it seems like a normal dagger, but as you look at it, you see veins of silver and gold running down it. And it's a very well put together dagger. It looks like it's had some wear and tear, but it has been immaculately maintained. And she says, "This one, I know what this one does, and it's a very special dagger." And she takes your silver piece and motions for you to take the apple.
The apple.
This dagger was used by if I think the memory serves right, it was a favorite of assassins guilds and thieves, sneaking weapons into parties.
My. Oh, interesting. And such fine craftsmanship. How much for this dagger?
Well, this one's very special. It was a keepsake passed down from my family, but I obviously need to put food on the table. um, make an offer, and we'll see if we can come to an accord.
I mean, food on the table. I mean, I have lots of gold right now. I don't know why I still have the baked potato fire breath. I was almost tempted to see if I could like sneak it past you of like, hey, here's a baked potato. I don't know. 500 gold? I don't know. Like, I don't know how much this is worth.
Wow.
You are aware of the city we live in, aren't you?
Yes, hmm. Well,
What do you think that sword on your back is worth?
it was a gift to me from my patron, and I'm afraid if I give it away, it will offend them. I see.
Okay, so why don't you think along those lines?
Okay. Wow, I'm running out of.
Cheap bastard.
Oh, okay. Um, I have a
Maybe, okay.
decanter of.
Here, I've got an idea. How about I tell you a little bit more about this dagger? Because I know what it does. This dagger is very rare because it has the ability to be joined to multiple people.
Really?
With but a spoken word or the flick of a wrist, it disappears from one person and appears on another at their desire.
Wow, wow.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, up to 3 people can have this unique ability.
That is rare, rare indeed. Okay. How about this? I take off my cloak of stone feathers off of my back. I gained this through a deal with some elementals. It has the power to protect you from just about anything. It can turn aside any blade. It has its limits, but it has saved my life on multiple occasions. Would this interest you, fair madam?
Ah, throw that in and the 500 gold, and you've got yourself a deal.
Pleasure doing business with you, madam.
Of course. She hands you a dagger.
Okay.
And these
me just-
coins, I have not seen these like. Is this local currency?
Oh, quite frankly, I don't know.
Could I get a description of the coins, DM?
So the coin itself is the one that you see, the big coin in the middle. There are various other currencies that you've seen through your travels in different parts of the world. Obviously, various makes of gold, but the one that really catches your eye, it has the picture of what appears to be a reptile, dragon-esque figure, but not a standard dragon. More like you would like in our mythology, it would be like a Chinese looking dragon. That sort of like snake like dragon to it. You don't know what the backside looks like because it's just laying down flat.
I reach out slowly to see if she stops me from examining them with my hand to flip them.
She watches you do it. As you flip that coin over, the other side seems to be marred with what looks like claw marks. And that's the only thing you can see in it. But it is made out of what looks to be some sort of alloy, but it's got a very gold look to it.
And do you know anything of this particular item?
No, just it's a fun curiosity.
A fun curiosity. I have many coins myself. I shall trade you some coins for this coin.
How many coins do you wish to trade for this very unique coin?
I would not say it is unique at all. I'm sure where it comes from, there are many of them.
Oh, perhaps, but I've never seen one in all my years.
Perhaps you should travel more. Maybe if I give you these other coins, you will have the ability to do so.
Oh, smartass. Sure.
You should have seen the other guy last week.
What is
I broke the
happening?
DM, yes.
You bastard. So good. So close. Um, Oh, let's see. It's rare. Obviously, I haven't seen it. I assume that what, 10 gold coins for
10
for
for
this very
one.
rare coin. Do you have a counter offer? You can roll persuasion with whatever you say.
9. A 13 persuasion.
Fine. And she motions you to put the coins down.
9 coins or 10 coins?
9.
I
9 it
do
is.
so. I put 9 gold pieces down.
And she
I don't
motions.
have hundreds and hundreds. This is a big deal to me.
Okay, I understand. She motions for very, very good doing business with you.
And now I have neat coin.
Yes, you do.
Add
She
custom
mentioned that
item.
she knew the
Add custom
word
item.
to-
Coin.
I will tell you all about that coin once I get it put into D&D Beyond. So, I will also, Icarus, you have an apple for all intents and purposes, so you can eat it whenever you want.
It is a special apple of remove hunger.
Anything else, gentlemen?
Do you have any use for a plain old shield? I have a plain old shield. Would you like it?
I'll buy it for 5 gold.
Never mind.
Okay.
Cheap.
Cheap. Shields normally cost like 2.
You were rude to my friend. You
Your
shouldn't
friend
do that.
was a
You're bad for
jackass.
business.
it was called bartering. That's how this works. Don't be sensitive. I apologize. Oh,
Thank you.
sorry, I forgot. I'm sorry, I forgot to ask. You said that you knew the word to attune to this new dagger.
Oh.
Can I get that written down? And
Oh, it's not a word you need to attune to. It's just whenever you attune to it, you get to pick your method of relocation.
oh,
It's set to individuals. Whoever all
Oh.
attunes to it gets to pick their own little catchphrase. Yada, yada. The only thing I can tell you is that if you are actively holding it, no one else can summon it. So if you put it in your sheath, or you put it behind your back, or you throw it on the ground, it's got rules.
well, I thank you for informing me of the rules. Have a good day, madam. And I bow to her, and I just walk out of the shop at that point.
Okay. Have a good day.
Good luck with the firestorm.
Okay. And she, as you walk out, the door closes slightly behind you. And as you're walking back, you peer back at the doorway. It's disappeared.
I'm surprised that I'm surprised.
Something tells me she'll do all right with the sky falling. Let's check to see if it's time to go in.
All right. So you were all inside for about 20 minutes. So you all have about effectively a little bit of time to talk amongst yourselves while I professionally reread this to make sure that I remember everything. Ah, yes.
Oh, welcome to the store.
Well, we have a cool. I have a cool dagger now, and apparently an ordinary apple that I'm not going to touch just because I'm very suspicious.
Did you just bought an apple at a market stall or something? Or was that a special apple?
Well, I'm pretty sure the woman was a professional working witch, so yes, I'm going to be careful. And Invarge was very rude to an old lady.
She see around the corner of an alley, Grimeyes would already seen the giant lizard spawned. This giant lizard is basically a very large Komodo dragon with the same colored scales as Essential's skin. It's a silver horn in the center. And he just turns the corner and he just starts sniffing around. He sniffs the new people. Essential gestures to the giant lizard. This is Scrappy. Scrappy is Scrappy, quite literally. Also, if you come across any wild dog, cat, strays, let me know. Scrappy's pretty hungry right now, even though I know he's a spirit, so he doesn't need to eat.
So we went from a cursed cart to an ordinary horse to an invisible dog to a spirit
Wait,
lizard that
there-
eats strays
We had an invisible dog.
during the vampire.
Yeah, that was me.
That was you? You had an invisible dog? Where's he
Oh,
at?
gotcha.
Where's that?
It was.
It's
a spell.
invisible.
So it's around here.
No, I have
Not
I have to
anymore.
summon it.
Oh. Oh, you conjured it. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a shame.
That. But by the way, that was what I meant when I said the password is cupcakes.
Cupcakes. Interesting password. I respect it.
Yeah. Basically, if you don't say that when you got close to it,
Though it conflicts with one of my other secret words, phrases that I use with certain people, which is frosting. So
yeah. Well,
let's make sure we're
Yeah.
not together when we say it.
Someone might get hungry.
Yes, that's exactly what I would say.
So as you're all talking, you're kind of in your conversation. So you all vaguely see out of the corner of your eye shadows of what looks like humanoid forms emerging from an alley close by. You see 4 drow warlocks, all dressed in black, each one holding a red-tinted blade in one hand and a chain leading to the collar around the neck of a large monstrosity. Just for you all to know, it's a Dragoloth. In the
what?
other, a Dragolith. I'll have to look it up now because y'all just
They're
Those things are sizable, aren't
a
they?
dry cloth.
yeah,
Yeah,
a
like the
Dragoloth.
big-
No, not a
Oh.
dry cloth, man. It's not.
Dry cloth.
Yeah, someone put that into the Discord chat so I can
Yep, gonna go ahead
understand
and
what the hell
copy
you're saying.
DRAE. Yeah.
Copy image and pasting. You see them, they each have a chain in their hand connected to that.
Yeah, but aren't those things
Ooh.
fairly large?
Yeah, those are nasty.
Yeah.
Like
They are
twice
large
the
size.
size of human large?
They
Yeah.
are large size.
They are
wait,
they are quite big.
On
And
the corner of our eye that looms, so like we barely see it right now.
so literally like you see them emerging from an alleyway.
Ooh.
And-
Okay, yeah, sorry. Continue.
So as you see this, you see these 4 drow warlocks with the red tinted blades in one hand and the chain in the other, leading up to the neck and arms of this large creature. The warlock in the middle steps forward. Her face is covered with white runic tattoos, and she says, "Tisk, tisk, tisk. You all have been stirring up quite a bit of trouble, haven't you? All the interesting torture is reserved for traitors.
We
I
try.
can't wait."
we know each other.
Yeah. Do I know you? Because I'm not even from this city.
Before
I know who you
before
are.
And I'm disguised.
fucking
Like-
bastards. Shut up
Who
for a
are
second.
you?
So as
Who
you're
are
about
you?
to go, wait, how do you know us? You see a flash of green light down a nearby alley close to the one that Fate had disappeared into. And you hear a very familiar voice, one that harkens back to the clock tower steps. Essential, you don't recognize this voice because you've never heard it, but everyone else that hears it,
Oh, hey, Majin.
yeah, it just says, waste no time. You need to follow me. Otherwise, you're not going to make it out of this alive.
All right, go towards the voice.
Yep. I'm gonna drop to all fours so I can run at 60 feet instead of 40 feet.
With
I'm gonna grab his stubby little bear tail and ski behind him. No,
No.
sorry.
am
I'm
I
gonna
able
grab
to
his-
see about a little ways down that alleyway?
No. After the flash goes away, it's just dark.
With dark vision?
Shut up. It's just an alleyway. You can see
Yeah.
it, so it's
Well,
far enough away
I'm
that
more
you can
looking
see
for,
about
like-
you can see about 15 feet into the alley from where you are right now.
Okay.
It looks like a standard alley. There's obviously some trash and debris on the ground and stuff like that. So
I'm just gonna dimension door.
okay, so we'll get to that
directly into
because
the
we're about
alleyway.
to have to roll initiatives so
Yeah.
that we can stay
Yeah.
stay on track.
Essential at the top, Scrappy, and he is climbing sideways up a building at an angle, or like he's going.
I
up, but in
wanted
a
to
diagonal.
wonder, does Scrappy have uncles?
No.
He has 3.
Larger uncles?
Yes,
No.
that I know of, or that essential.
Are they named Scooby?
No. We don't talk about that, Scrappy.
close?
Oh my god.
Puppy Power?
No, we don't talk about him.
He is an abomination.
What the
Like,
hell are you guys talking about?
Scrappy Doo and Scooby
You'll
Doo.
see.
Move
soon
at-
enough.
move
You can
ass,
go.
people.
Scrappy Debbie Doo. God, that series is so bad.
Just the worst.
awful.
One of the
character.
worst
Anyway, yeah.
spin-off. One of the
My
worst spin-offs
initiative
I've ever
is 19.
Yeah,
seen. Oh, actually.
19 for you. I've got to get for the sake of this, because I don't have your token on this particular map, essential, I'm gonna go ahead and have you marked under Rosina. Not like
Cool.
anybody can see it anyway.
Just to let everyone know, everyone gets a plus. They get a bonus to their initiative rolls because of my aura of Sentinel. So everyone gets a +4 to their initiative.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
So
So I have an
23 for
18.
Grim Eyes.
On the map that you're talking about, DM, is there a map that I should be seeing that's not just the basic city map?
Big mountain on this map.
Oh, okay, whatever. Here you go.
I wasn't being rude. I was.
There.
12 for essential.
This is okay. There we
It's-
are.
Yeah, it's just the place that you were previously in the event that you had started combat. I had it all set.
And you
up,
said a
so-
+4 to initiative
Mhm.
essential.
Correct.
Okay, that puts mine at 17.13.
I am
All right.
12.
So then I got to roll for fate. Oh, it doesn't matter. She's not there. What the hell am I talking about? Go ahead and get rid of that.
It is not with us.
Essential.
Fate's not with us, anyways. Yes, essential.
Face not with us.
You're 12.
hmm
Okay.
And Fate's not with us.
All right. Let's add another turn. The Chasers.
So now essential looks like Rosina. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am now essential Rosina. I am essentially Rosina.
Jesus.
Indeed.
I am about to yeet people.
Okay, you're trying too hard at it now.
It's fine. We'll allow it.
I've only just begun.
Okay.
Only just
so-
gone.
This is not going to be a combat. This is going to be a series of skill checks to try to get you through this safely.
So
Yep. We're going to start with Grim Eyes. Obviously, you're going to be doing what? To,
Dimension dooring directly into the alleyway and then just booking it with a bonus action dash.
Okay, cool. I need you to make. There's a lot of trash and debris in here, so I'm going to have you make a acrobatics check.
Oh boy. I'm good at those. 28.
Cool. That's a success. Well done. All right. Next is Icarus.
Sorry.
Yep.
Did anyone go along on that dimension door?
I can't take any of you.
Because he's
I am a
small.
small creature. I can only take my size or smaller.
And the other small creature is home.
Gone.
He's gone. It was usually just me, him, and Joe Thermo.
Well, I am using my racial feat to just move faster, so I dropped to all fours, 60 feet.
I'm gonna have you roll athletics.
Okay, I was afraid of that, but whatever.
Well,
Here
you
we
can
go.
use acrobatics if you're proficient in it.
Oh, 19. I'm not gonna mess with that. So
Cool. You stumble a little bit as you're charging into the alley. So, basically, as you're running, you take a you basically get down on all fours, and you feel something grab your back and just miss as it grabs something off of you. That will be discussed at the end of this.
oh, God. Please be the apple.
You put that in your bag, sir. All right. Invars. What are you
Pull
doing?
out a coin, cast light on the coin, throw the coin directly at the dark elves and their demonic creatures, and then click my heels together with the winged boots. Even though the movement speed is the same, I'm going to fly into the alleyway.
I enjoy the fact that you have wings, yet you're using winged boots. Oh, wait, no, you don't have wings, do you? I forgot.
He wishes.
Dragonborn are just the worst.
Hey, hey, they're the
Yeah,
best.
You,
What are you
you
talking
gotta be
about?
you gotta be a half dragon to get the wings, or something from
Yeah,
Fizbad.
Dragon Man. Dun, 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 dun,
All right.
dun.
So I'm gonna need you. You're gonna be able to make you're gonna make an acrobatics at advantage as you're jetting through the alley. Burninating the countryside,
Burninating the people. Okay, that was the first acrobatics, which was oh I rolled a 3 and a 4 for
Holy
acrobatics.
shit! All right, so
Wow.
Invars, as you're about to take
Jeez.
off,
Yikes!
you feel something grab onto you as well. We'll get to that as well. Hooray! Up to the chasers. Let's see what they do. All right. They are managing to keep pace. They're falling a little bit behind. Obviously, Icarus with the sudden burst of speed from being on all fours. Rosina, aka Essential. Can I rename this? No, I can't. That would be too easy. All right. Essential, what are you doing?
How far away? Okay, so the party chasing us is a composition of drows and dragolots.
Yep. So that being said, they didn't go anywhere yet because they are currently dealing with the sudden bright light that flashed in front of their face. So they have yet to move. They've just gotten a couple lucky strikes at.
So before I move, how far away am I currently from the group or from the?
They're about 10 feet away from you.
10 feet away from me. Okay, cool. So atop Scrappy the giant lizard, who is blue scaled. Essentially going to go ahead and use an action. He's going to go ahead and channel divinity. As he does so, he pulls out 2 vials of essential water, and he squirts them up in the air, and they twirl around him aesthetically. I'm going to use Abjure the Extraplanar. Basically, as an action, I present my holy symbol, and each elemental, fey, fiend, or aberration within 30 feet of Essential that can hear him must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is turned for 1 minute or until it takes damage. A turn creature must spend its turns trying to move as far away from it as it can, and it can't willingly move to a pace within 30 feet of me. So I'm hoping when they come, that happens. Unless I should save it until they actually move. But since they are within 30 feet, they're all gonna have to take the test, I guess.
Well,
Besides
I mean,
the drows.
yeah. Well, you said this was for what, fiends and shit?
But yeah, every extra planar, so elemental, celestials, fiends,
Yeah,
fays,
phase.
undead.
Yeah, the drow are not extra planar.
They're not affected. They're not
They're not
affected. I'm saying the
But
Dragolots.
Grimeyes
Yeah.
might be.
Grimeye, sure, that's fine. I mean, Grimeye flees, then Essential may help him.
Grimeyes is already in the alley,
Yes,
Yeah.
he is.
so he'd have
I
to
am
keep
already in
running
the
further
alley.
into the alley.
But
so.
but now you're just making me run faster.
What's the save versus that? Just so I can get it out of the way.
The save DC. Oh, the save is Wisdom,
Okay.
and my DC is 17.
Okay. All right. And then you're gonna start booking it.
Yeah, I'm gonna book it. If I'm looking at the map, or is this correct? The map?
This is not the map. I'm
Okay.
not actually
So
doing anything on there.
So basically, I'm taking the giant lizard. He's gonna climb up to gain elevation, but also moving forward. So however you want to make it.
Okay. So you're gonna have to be on the ground for a little bit first to get to that alley in question.
Okay.
So you will make it into the alley, but not quite on a wall just yet. You'll be able to do that next turn.
Okay, that's fine. And that's it.
Okay. Grimeyes. I skipped their turn because they are currently dealing with light problems.
I'm just gonna keep running.
Okay. I need you to make another dexterity acrobatics check.
Another acrobatics check. That's gonna be a 25.
Sweet. All right, you are good. All right, you are you going to be dashing and doing all that?
Yes.
Okay. So we're 2 turns in now. Icarus.
Just running for my life, galloping for my
Alright.
life. I don't know.
Cool.
Yeah.
Dex or athletics or acrobatics at advantage because they are not behind you right now.
Ooh, I'm gonna do acrobatics then. Roll. Come on. Not 20, but for a 22.
All right. You are fine. Invars.
Just to help me understand, are they are pursuing us?
Yep. So
Are
they are. They basically made the comment as you started running that traders always run, and obviously they said they want to torture you. So pursuit is imminent. But you threw them off when you threw that lighted coin in their face.
and we are currently in 2 separate groups.
No, you're all headed. Well, yeah. Currently, you're in 2 separate groups. The chasers are further back. You are all making great gains on them with your little parlor trick. But everyone else isn't. You all are in the same group, and you're headed down the same alley.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Visualize
make
it.
sure that I understand. Pardon?
Trying to visualize it here. I'll go ahead and
Yes.
actually use this map for your benefit, so that you can kind of see what we're doing. I'm just gonna go ahead and unhide this area right here, and whatever. That's them. This is your group. You're all about like right here, running, and wherever the hell Icarus is, whichever one. I think that's here. So he's like up here, effectively.
Okay, and is this the alley we're trying to get to, or just an alley down here?
You're just trying to get. You're trying to go from here, just down this way. So this isn't an
Which
actual.
room
This
is
isn't actual
dashing?
length, but this is just to let you know where you are in terms of moving.
With Grimeyes dashing, I think he's only just barely in front of Icarus.
Yes.
Well, the dimension door would have been like,
I could only go to where I can see, and that was 15 feet into the alley to start with.
okay.
So I only had a 15-foot head start from everybody else. Basically.
Didn't really use Dimension Door to the best, but
Well, I need to be able to generally know where I'm going.
I feel you. I feel you.
Okay, well, I'm feeling unpleasant about this whole business, so I'm going
Goodness,
to I'm going to cast a spell to help us out a little bit.
Okay.
I move around, and out from me becomes an image. It parses out from my being, becomes larger and larger and more serpent-like. All vestiges of humanity or humanoidism go away, and a great big, large, spectral serpent hovers in the area. Psst,
Oh, okay.
it's a dragon man. It's-
Trogdor was a dragon man. So you've effectively just created Trogdor to help block.
Consummate V's.
Consummate
V's.
You wouldn't know consonant if it hit you in your face.
But yeah, I am casting a large spectral guardian. It occupies the space, and any creature hostile to you, to me, that moves to a space within 10 feet of the guardian will get whacked by it.
Perfect.
So casting a spell and then running.
Okay, cool.
Run.
Perfect. So, I don't know. Just grab yours. There you go.
Yeah.
Just move it up. Doesn't matter. These aren't even actual links. For as far as I'm concerned, these could be like 50 feet
Yeah.
each. Doesn't matter. Okay.
And that is a 4th level spell that I just expended.
Nice. Well done. All right. Now they are finally getting to go, and they start running, and they make it to this thing, and they're stopped in their tracks because that is a very terrifying dragon.
Trogdor!
Strong bad here.
to people that have no clue what we're talking about, I'm so sorry.
Oh my god, it's so the best. Just Trogdor, the Burninator. Anyway, that is their turn. They make their way up to this thing. That doesn't work out well for them. Essential, it is your turn.
So, Essential's going to continue to keep running as well. Well, Scrappy's going to go ahead and continue to sprint.
Okay,
That's it.
cool. I need, I don't know if you use it. Does Scrappy have his own stats?
Yeah, he's just a giant lizard.
Cool. Scrappy needs to roll acrobatics at advantage.
Advantage. So it's just a +1, so I'll go ahead and roll it on as essential. Oh, that advantage, yeah. There's the second one because I forgot to roll advantage. It's gonna be a 19 for acrobatics.
All right. No issues there. Then we are on round 3. Grim Eyes.
I think I'm just gonna keep on running. Who is this person up here?
That doesn't matter. That was just a NPC from a fight that you didn't partake in. Now it's gone.
All right, cool.
I solved your worries and problems.
All right, cool. I am going to keep running.
Okay. I need you to make so just so you know, because you are a rogue, you can also utilize your other skills. I'm just throwing out acrobatics and dex, acrobatics and athletics checks just to keep running. But if you want to try other things like Envars with the flashy coin or anything along those lines, feel free to throw those out. Be
I am
creative.
not that kind of rogue. I am an inquisitive.
Well,
I am best when I am not running.
good for you.
Yeah. So,
Consummate V's. Sorry, I have the chat up, but I can see it.
That's okay. I mean, how many D&D games have you been in that somebody summoned Trogdor?
I'm actually starting to consider just straight up starting to draw Trogdor on the map. So 30, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So that's my full movement with bonus action dash, and then actually Um, is this something I could potentially hide near?
I mean, yeah, there's garbage and trash all over it, but
Uh-oh.
ultimately you're just running. About this point, you're hitting the area where you're actually about to turn a corner.
Yeah.
So
Okay. In that case, I think I'm just gonna keep on with what I've been doing.
okay.
Unless I can. No, that's a bonus action. Yep, I'm just gonna end my turn there, I think.
Okay. So you're right at the beginning of a corner, just for the sake of you. You're running through these very dark alleyways, these black bricked buildings. Um, it's definitely a change from where you've been. The other side's not too bad. The bridges are, whatever, they're bridges. But this entire side of the city is just dark, brooding. It's basically Gotham City on steroids. All right, Icarus.
I'm back.
I'm Batman.
If things get more dire, I have a trick that I can try, but I'm just gonna keep running. So another 60 feet. So
Cool. I need you to make another dex or strength or whatever check that you think you can use to try to outmaneuver these bastards being held off by a make-believe dragon.
I'm just gonna use
Jaguar.
acrobatics.
Make
is it-
believe nothing. He does damage.
Is that still an advantage or just normal?
It's an advantage.
Okay. Just wondering.
Squiddly-dee.
I'm so glad I had advantage. 17.
Okay. You are good. Invar's.
And I have a token you can use in the chat if you want to. I showed it to you forever ago, but
Oh my god.
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on this, and I might just go ahead and share this just so everyone at home can see this awful mess. All right.
It was from when a player was going to join our campaign.
By the
and
way-
had 5 seconds.
The battle map is not on the screen. Yeah, there we go.
It is now.
Yeah, it is now. It is now.
Oh no! Like I said, this is for something that you all had no need of, so no worries.
Oh my god.
So we got the bad guys here doing their
Amazing.
thing. And let's see, Invar's, you've done your thing. Right? Yeah,
No,
just run.
Invar's turn. It was my turn. Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm going to run and dash.
Okie dokie.
So just
Uh,
putting the distance in.
Cool. Advantage on your acrobatics.
Advantage on acrobatics. 15.
Cool.
Yeesh.
All right. And the chasers are busy. Essential.
Is still all the way at the back of the slide.
Well, I've moved a total of 120 feet with my giant lizard. He's pretty normal
Yep.
speed. So,
So you actually, you'll be the first one to see it as you've gone around the corner now. You look down the alley, and that green light that you saw flash into it is actually kind of, it's starting to expand, and it's on the ground, and you see a circle of green flames on the ground. Looks like a circle of duh, it's a circle. You see a circle of green flames. It looks like a circle.
you're around us.
You are able
I-
to make it there this turn.
Okay, cool, for sure. All right.
And based on this, the fact that they're going to be stuck back there, and they're not really going to be able to get past, I'm going to go ahead and cut this short. You all end up making it around that corner. You all see the circle of green flames, and you hear the voice, "Hurry."
I jump in.
My giant lizard just like, come on, it jumps in.
Does everybody go in, or are any of you hesitant?
If all your friends jump into a circle of green flames, do you jump into?
I don't care what it smells like in there.
Oh.
Okay, so you've all jumped in. As the last of you enters the circle, the giant circle surrounded by green flames, you are teleported to a new location. And as you appear in a poof of a green plume of sorts, standing in front of you is Fate, and for some of you, a familiar face. A tiefling dressed as if they were a monk, in a red and white robes flowing off of them. Their hands are wrapped in black martial arts tape, and in this case, they're wearing a simple red cloth as a mask that covers the lower half of their face. And as you look upon this person, they say, "Evening, friends. Glad you could make it."
Well, with such a nice invitation, we certainly couldn't refuse now, could we? Not in the chasing helped.
As you are doing that, he looks over. This tiefling looks over at Fate and says, "Fate, you're looking well, all things considered." Fate looks back at who you assume is Majin and just gives a solid "fuck you" glare. And that is where we'll pick up next week. Thank you, everyone, for having a time and joining us. Signing off music.
Burdenating countryside.
Okay.
Burdenating people.
That's enough in my brain, please.
Okay. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us. We'll be here tomorrow, same channel at noon, with City of Illumination. Essential, aka Mike, will be the DM, assuming crazy stuff doesn't happen, and I hope it doesn't, because I don't remember what's going on, but I'm pretty... Oh, that's right. I'm in jail. Have a good
So
night,
much
everybody.
absurdity, you may
Are
need a
you talking
compendium.
about your D&D game or your real life?
Hi, Dad. I'm in jail.
Dad!
Like it here.
Bees! Okay, it's enough. Goodbye, everybody.
Okay, bye.